Guys, I finally did it. I have zero urges to play video games. Social media, it's no longer a distraction to me. And you know what? It feels really good knowing that you're taking the right steps to get to the goals you've set. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 most important things that I've changed in my life to go from procrastinating Patrick, where I'm like using social media as an escape, all the way to productive Patrick, where I'm like focused on the goal and consistent. If you guys watched this video to the end, I think I will introduce something that will not only make you more productive, but really just change your life for the better. That's what this is about. We don't want to be productive for no reason. There's a reason. We want to be the best versions of ourselves. So let's get into it. Number 1, you have to control your algorithms. Nowadays, everyone has social media. Everyone uses it. But the problem is that social media does not work for you. It works against you. And that could be detrimental for your focus and for your overall health. I understand that quitting a social media app like Instagram or Facebook cold turkey, just deleting it, is tough because I've tried it myself. And 2 or 3 days later, I find myself reinstalling the app just to use it again. So instead of quitting cold turkey, I implemented a thing called controlling your algorithm. For example, on Instagram, every day you can unfollow 10, 20, or 30 accounts. On your email, start unsubscribing from emails that you don't care about and are just taking your time and attention from you. So I did this for myself on Instagram, and I noticed that I actually reached the bottom of the infinite scroll. And by that I mean I wasn't getting any more new content. I was just seeing old content. And now it only took me maybe like 3 minutes to see everyone's new content because I was only following the people that I knew from high school. And I know I'm using the Instagram example a lot, but you could do this with YouTube, the channels that are very distracting for you. You could create a completely different Google account and just make sure that one's opened and only use the distracting one when you really deserve it. Now, before I move on to the next tip, if that's something that resonated with you and you're someone that has been binge watching videos on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, I want to ask you, do you remember at least 2, 3 videos that you watched? When I asked myself this after binge watching maybe 10 or 15 YouTube videos, I seriously could only remember 1 for its shock value, and that's it. And you might say, nah, Patrick, you just got bad memory. But I think it's more likely that our brains themselves realize how unimportant this content is, and they don't even bother remembering it. Now, this is not science, this is just what I think is happening. However, if your brain doesn't think it's important, maybe you should take notes and stop it. Number 2 is the Pomodoro Technique. So what is the Pomodoro Technique? Well, the Pomodoro Technique works like this. You work for 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break, and then after doing 4 intervals of 25 minutes, you get to take a longer 15-minute break. Now, each time you complete one of these 25 minutes, on your Pomodoro sheet, you get to mark down 1 tomato to represent that. The whole goal of the Pomodoro Technique is to complete 4 sessions completely focused without distractions. I tried a few time management methods to increase my productivity, and this is just the one that really stuck with me. I find it really useful every time I complete one of these 25-minute sessions. I get to stand up from my chair. Since I'm coding or learning to code, I stop looking at the screen. I give my eyes a break. I let my blood flow. I do some push-ups, some stretches. I clean my room during that 5-minute break. Something else other than learning, other than work. And that simple 5-minute break really helps prepare me for the next 25 minutes of focused work. Don't believe this will work for you? Well, you only know if you try it yourself. But I also have all of these papers that I've been keeping my time tracked on. On August, it looked like this with a measly 37 hours tracked for the whole month. September was a little more, 48 hours. The next month, 81 hours. Last month, 99 hours. Right now in December, I'm hitting at least 5 hours of focused work time every single day. This not only helps me stay focused, but consistent every single day. I think the Pomodoro technique actually helped me form the habit of enjoying to learn. And that's why I don't even care about playing video games anymore. And that is the gist of the Pomodoro technique. I highly recommend you guys give it a try. I will leave a link in the bottom of the description for a printable like this so you guys can track your time on paper too using the Pomodoro technique. Again, really recommend you guys try it out. For number 3, we have find something you give a shit about. And an alternate title for this could have been find something you really care about. But that really doesn't drive the message home, does it? So out of high school, first I went to community college. I was gonna be a civil engineer. Quickly I realized I don't even care about this. During that period of time in college, I realized actually I'm more interested in business. So I set a pretty broad goal that I still have today, and that was to make passive income online. And logically, that would require some kind of business. So I switched my major to accounting. In accounting, you record all your financial transactions. And because you know the rules, you're able to get deductions, like get less on your taxes. So broadly speaking, yeah, that was business. However, I don't just want to be messing with the numbers after I've made the money. No, I want to be the guy making the thing that makes the money, not just dealing with the numbers at the end of it. So after 2.5 years effectively wasted in college, I finally found something that I knew was what I cared about, and that was programming and coding. So I don't want to drag this section on too long, but the lesson here is you might not find that thing that really gives you that spark right away. It might take some time, but once you do find that thing you really care about, then it's going to be so much easier to stay focused and consistent. And last but not least, number 4 is reflection and iteration. In today's world, we're all so busy. Many times we forget to reflect. We forget what the real goal is for us. So how do you go about reflecting? Well, the simplest thing you can do is before you go to sleep, when the whole house is quiet, you can try journaling and writing down your thoughts on paper. What I write down is my goals for the next day and for the future, what I did today that maybe wasn't done so well, and how can I improve it tomorrow. And this is the iteration part. You reflect and then you make some rules up to improve it on the next day, and then you see if that works, and if it doesn't, you reflect again and you try something else until something works. And that's actually the reason I started implementing the Pomodoro technique, and I started controlling my algorithm, because when I was reflecting, I saw my goals are here, but my attention is here on social media and somewhere else. So I thought of the little things that I can do to improve that. And those were just some of the solutions that stuck with me. So when you let the days pass without reflection, you're like a raft in the middle of the ocean, letting the waves push you around, and you're just hoping that the waves will push you to an island full of treasure. However, when you reflect, it's like you built a sail for your raft. So despite the directions the waves may push you, you can still move in the right direction with your sail towards the island full of treasure. So if you made it to the end of the video, hit that like button right now. Did you use any of these productivity tips before? And do you have your own you would like to share? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.